asking you for stuff because he doesn't care how you view him. Just like in the comments when the man says he's ashamed, men are ashamed to go to other men, so they'll go to women who they feel like that's beneath them. It's like, think about that for a second. You're beneath him and he's asking you for help. Logically, women would think, okay, so then doesn't that mean that he would be more ashamed to come to you as a woman and ask you? Ding, ding, ding. Absolutely. He's never going to tell you that because most men think women are stupid when it comes to stuff like this. So I wanted to be petty yesterday and I made this post on Facebook.
Honest question: how come men don't go to other men for help? Why is it always a woman, girlfriend, mom, whatever?
And then one of the guys left this comment.
Needing help is seen by men as personal failure. We feel better by going to someone as we see beneath us rather than someone we see as our equal.
I've been telling women for years to never build a man, never help him, don't be his ride or die, don't co-sign things in your name, don't do anything for a man in that way. And the guys always get upset at me, and the reason why men get upset is because they don't want women to stop building them up. So they're going to come and say stuff like, oh, you sound bitter, or you sound jealous, or you sound whatever. I hate these new modern women, blah, 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 blah. Because the more women decide to stop helping them, now they don't have a backbone, or they don't have shoulders to stand on, or they don't have anybody helping them. Because most men can't go to other men to help build them up in the way that women can do it. A lot of men just don't have those type of friendships. Most men bond over like sports and stuff that don't really matter in real life, right? Now, I tell women all the time that if a man is comfortable asking you for help, asking you for money and things of that nature, he doesn't like you very much. He doesn't like you at all. And women don't want to believe me when I say that. The best example or idea that I can give you to prove that he doesn't like you, when a man really likes a woman, the first thing he's going to do is try to impress you. He's going to want to show his representative. He's going to want to pretend like he's strong and, he has it going on. He has his life together. He's going to try to impress you in whatever way he thinks he can, right? It could be the fact that he works out all the time, or he's able to move heavy things, or he's always there when you need him, whatever it is, right? It's going to be different for each guy, whatever he chooses to flex on you with, right? But the key thing here is that he's going to try to impress you. Now, if he's asking you for money, if he's asking to use your car, if he's asking for a place to stay, if he's asking you to co-sign something or whatever it is because he don't care how you look at him. He's not trying to finally start my business. I got you. He'll tell you everything that he needs to tell you, whatever you want to hear in order to get you to help him, right? But he's asking you for stuff because he doesn't care how you view him. Just like in the comments when the man says he's ashamed, men are ashamed to go to other men, so they'll go to women who they feel like that's beneath them. It's like, think about that for a second. You're beneath him and he's asking you for help. Logically, women would think, okay, so then doesn't that mean that he would be more ashamed to come to you as a woman and ask you? Ding, ding, ding. Absolutely. He's never going to tell you that because most men think women are stupid when it comes to stuff like this. They don't think we're logical. They think we're emotional. So they know the right words to tell you and things to say to get you to do things for them, right? So he is ashamed. He's going to always be ashamed. That's why it's going to be easy for him to leave you once he get his shit together, once he gets the right kind of car, and now he's able to flex like with other women in the car that you gave him or that you co-signed for or that's your car altogether. Everything you do for him, he's going to use that to impress other women. And that's just how it is. But if you ever wondered why men can just easily walk away from a woman that has built him up and that was his ride or die, that co-signed things, that got him a job, that did his resume, whatever it was, and he can just walk away, I'll tell you why. Because they are ashamed.
We're going to continue with that video. Oh, it's so long and it's so interesting. You should never build a man. You should never. That is why I am having the most fulfilling experiences with men, because I don't expect anything from them. Well, I do expect them to show up, be a man, be accountable for themselves, do have financial footing by themselves, and men, again, the thinking that we are emotionally immature or so emotional we cannot rationalize things, and we're not logical, and they're the only ones who are logical. Every time when I say that a man, I can help you, I'm there to assist you, I can assist you as your partner financially, but I'm not carrying the foot of everything. I'm just not doing that. I'm not building a man. I'm not giving you money. Like, no, sorry. Like, life doesn't stop just because you lost your job. Life doesn't stop. It continues. That means that we have bonds. We have what you call mortgage. Like, it doesn't. It continues. Life never stops. So I will support you, I will assist you, but I'm not carrying the bond. It means that I will carry the food, I will carry everything, I will help you with the management of finances and stuff like that as your partner. But if I have a man in my life, the man needs to, whenever I say the word feel, they're like, it's not about feelings. Anything about life is about feelings. Like, come on now, let's not be stupid. The minute a man says that he's not on his peace, then he's definitely not in his peace. And sometimes when I say things like this, they say that I'm materialistic. I am. I mean, I've built things for myself. There's a level of me that's materialistic that does not allow men to play with me. I'm not desperate. I'm not looking for love, and I'm not desperate for it. Therefore, that's why I can die by myself. So I don't really care. Do you understand? Oh, I have a little pimple. But anyways, so I don't really care about these things. So her perspective is very interesting. We are going to go to the next take of this video, and it's going to be so long and super long. So I want you to listen to her and the other lady, all right? And I cut this video in half, obviously. No, and I'm sorry, you didn't know that, but I cut this video in half so that I can say my piece for YouTube. But don't ever build a man. There's nothing amazing about building any man. I don't like leeches. Leeches are so exhausting.
Because they are ashamed. You are always going to represent struggle to him. You are always going to represent the person that saw him at his lowest, when he was broken, when he was broke, when he had nothing, when he didn't know how to dress right, when he was driving a hoopty or he didn't even have a hoopty, right? Every time he sees you, you're going to remind him of the fact that he was nothing, and he would have been nothing without your help. That's why when they get on, they leave you and they get with a woman who didn't do absolutely nothing to help them. Why? Because that woman didn't see him when he was down. She didn't see him at his lowest. And that is the ego boost that most men need. They need the new woman to look at them and say, "Ooh, he has his shit together. Oh, he has a nice car. Oh, he has this going on. Oh, he has this business, or he has this kind of money." Ooh, right? She will look at him like the apples of her eye. A look that he, in his mind, don't think he could ever get from you, because you know, and he knows that you know that he knows that you know that he would be nothing without you. That's why. Men operate on pure ego like 99% of the time. I don't know why women haven't figured this out yet. Pure ego. They think that they're logical, but they're not logical. The number one example that I like to use to prove men are not logical, they will say, "Don't wife them hoes. Get you a woman, and a good woman that's not ran through, that's not for the streets. She's a God-fearing woman. She's all these stuff. She's all these things. Get with her and then cheat on her with the hoes and ruin your entire relationship and marriage. Yeah, that's their logic. Don't wife them hoes, but cheat on the good woman with the hoe and then lose everything. So we know that they're not logical at all. Okay? So if you're confused, I just don't understand how a man can do that. Most men get with women, marry women, have babies with women, and all of that for convenience. Love has nothing to do with it. There may be lust in there. There may be limerence. Look up limerence, right? It's a whole lot of other things, maybe. But it's not love. They're looking at how many women they can get, how much money they can have, so they can look good to their homies. And they will pick women based on what the woman can do for them or how good she looks or whatever it is for each individual man, all to look good for their friends or their dad or their favorite male cousin or whatever. Nothing they do is out of love. It's all out of ego and what's convenient for them. I hope this helps and shining a light on why men can just walk away from the woman, the only woman who loves him. To see that next woman, she's probably not going to love him that way because she didn't come up with him and see the struggle. Because see, as women, we know, we're like, yeah, I mean, I helped you get that, but I don't look down on you because I helped you get that. The only time a woman would throw something like that up in a man's face is if he cheated, or he embarrassed or humiliated her, or he beat her ass or something. You would have to do something very horrible to that woman in order for her to throw up in your face, well, you wouldn't be shit without me, nigga, right? That's the only way. So in that case, if she throws it up in your face 100% of the time, I'm sure you deserved it. But other than that, we don't typically want to throw anything up in your face. We looking at it like we're a team. I'm your wife or I'm your girlfriend. You help me, I help you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. But men are not logical. They don't look at it that way. They put their ego in the way every fucking time. They're not looking at it like this is a partnership. They're looking at it like it's a competition, or they're looking at it like I can step on this bitch's shoulders to get to that bitch. I'm going to play the role. I'm going to tell her I love her. I'm going to blow her back out. I'm going to do all these. I'm going to cut the grass. I'm going to do all these things to make her think I'm down with her. And then once I get my shit together, I'm going after Brittany, because I've been trying to get at Brittany for about the past 5 or 6 years, or since elementary or whatever. Brittany with the big booty, or Brittany with the fat titties, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever they're looking for. You were never it. It has nothing to do with you. You were just the barber, the builder. Shout out to Shira 7. That's it. That's all you were to that man, and that's all you're ever going to be to him too. So this is why I'm telling y'all. My best friend and I used to say when we were teenagers, we were like 15, 16 years old. We used to always say, don't you fatten up that frog for that next snake to enjoy, because that's what you're doing when you're building a man up. It doesn't matter if he's your husband, your baby daddy, or your boyfriend. That man is eventually going to resent the fact that you were there for him, that you saw him when he was broken, that you know that he wouldn't be shit without you. And that's the part that men can't let go. When their ego gets in the way, they can't let that go. That's why they can't stand to look you in your face anymore. They have to go be the apple of some other woman's eye because it builds their ego and it makes them feel good. And don't worry, he's going to dog her out too. It's just going to be for something different. So it is what it is. So I hope this helps to shine a light on why men do this. It's all ego. It's all convenience. Most of them don't care about you. They never did. They used you and they knew how to play the game. Plain and simple.
She used this post that she shared on one of her social media saying, honest question, how come men don't go to other men for help? Why is it always a woman? Girlfriend, mama, baby mama, situationship, sister, granny, aunt. Why not a man? And this man, Greg, actually answered honestly. He said, needing help is seen by men as personal failure. We feel better about going to someone we see as beneath us rather than someone we see as our equal. And then she says, proof that men only use women when they need a ride or die. Exactly why women should not give a man anything. Thanks for posting this. I have not said this in a while. I haven't said it in a while, and it needs to be said right here. Make these people hold their own nuts. Make them hold their own nuts. Stop doing so much for them. Use that energy, pour it into yourself, pour it into our daughters, pour it into your cousins, your little sisters, pour it into yourself, pour it into your mama that needs some help because she has been doing everything for everyone for too long. But stop making their lives easier. Stop doing it, because they do see us as a resource to tap. They tap into us for our time, energy, and resources. And we've got to stop doing that, especially when we as women give, and there's no reciprocity. Women are still fighting for safety, for opportunities, and we're doing this hand in fist by ourselves as women and still trying to help prop them up. But typically, we're not getting the same love and support and care from them. I want women to know and understand that it is perfectly okay to take 17 to 23 steps back and let these men hold their own nuts. They tell us all the time how they work on oil rigs, how they built the streets, how they built cities. Well, that means that they should be able to, make their own resumes, write their own reports, make their own doctor's reports. Doctor's appointments. They should be able to handle their own basic life skills, because they come to our pages and let us know all the time how much better they are. They're logical. They can do this simple stuff because they typically put the things that are in the realm of the woman as easy things to do. So take a step back and watch them do the things that they need to do, because far too often women are stepping in and being the stopgap. Ladies, especially the child-free ladies, don't play mommy when his kids get dropped off at his house. That includes mamas, sisters, aunties. Stop doing those kids' hair for him. Make him pay somebody to get that hair done. Stop doing so much for these people. Make them hold their own nuts. Just like, but I know I'm going to butcher her name, but Bad Hestiva, she says, stop helping these failures. Just stop. Edna says, this is why I've stopped talking to random men. I'm finding most men have no respect for women. I'd rather save my energy for myself and loved ones. Not the same says, how they asking women for help, but do not want to help women. Ladies, do you need any more proof? My homegirl Kat Flan says, I like when they are honest like this, like out loud honest, and not masking their hate with smoke screens. DC Babe says, my father told me to never give a man money. He said that a man should always go to his dad, brother, uncle, friend before ever coming to a woman for help. Even then, he should get another job and get his money up. Black Raven says, isn't it more embarrassing to seek help from someone you consider beneath you? Male logic. Now, coming back to this post right here, where it's talking about a woman built him up. The whole point is when a woman builds someone up and then he leaves her, he gets to be that person that is built up, fully functional. He already has been shined and corners shaved down and all of that. So he goes out into the world and he's this brand new product. So he doesn't have to be fixed anymore. And that next woman gets that shiny new version of him. And she sees like, man, he really got himself together. That's the reason why you got to let him do it himself. Anyways, go to her page, watch her video, support her. She says she's shadow banned. Now I'm going to segue into this inbox that I got from this woman. She was talking to a husband that's having to pick up the slack at home because typically, the home, that's the woman's realm, right? She says, I work for an insurance company and I set up leave of absences and other types of claims all day long. I always find my calls with men really interesting, especially when it comes to men taking time off to take care of their sick spouses or other family members. I've probably seen it all. From husbands angry that their wives have cancer and they have to miss work, to them being upset that there's a new baby on the way, to many, many men not knowing anything about their family, struggling with children's birthdays, to not remembering how to spell names. I've seen it all. But one of my calls today took the cake. The husband called to take leave because, in his words, taking care of his wife who had a broken bone and running the household is becoming more clear to him that it's a full-time job. He spent the next 40 minutes talking about how it's not fair that she gets to work from home, but he has to take time off to take care of her and the house. He told me he has been struggling mentally and spoke mostly about himself, what he's going through, and whining about how it wasn't fair. He told me what he really needed was to take a vacation for about 3 months where he could focus on himself. She said, I had a mixture of wanting to laugh and boiling female rage the entire call. I asked about his wife at all. I'm sorry, if I asked about his wife at all, it started another 10-minute rant about himself and what he was going through. There's more, but I can't talk about it just in case more details would make it more likely to identify who it was. But this was unbelievable to me. Anyways, love your content. You're helping me with my deconstruction with every video you post. Thank you for what you do. She says, another thing I see is younger men not knowing any of their own information, like social security numbers, hire dates, addresses even. The amount of early 20s men who put their mom on the phone is wild, but women of the same age know everything without asking anyone. Y'all, moms, sisters, girlfriends, wives, stop doing these things for them. Make them flex these muscles themselves, because these dudes are literally handicapped without a woman to come in and hold their nuts. Make them be the leaders that they act like they are. They talk about women's work. They talk about the household stuff as stuff that is easy. But in actuality, all of the things that women juggle, even child-free women, even single women, if you're caretakers, if you have loved ones that you periodically check in on, we do so much. We know so much about our friends, family, the barista up the street that told us some things about the things that she's going through. We hold so much information. We're expected to do so much, even at work, in the organizations that we're a part of. But stop doing things for these peen havers. Make them hold their own nuts. Stop. They are being handicapped because they don't know how to flex that muscle. Like when you sit for too long, or you have to stay in bed on bed rest, many of those muscles atrophy because they're not being used. The reason why women can multitask so much is because we're constantly using these muscles over and over and over. Make them do the same. Ladies, we're going to say it again. In the comments, drop some nuts so you let me know that you hear me. Make them hold their own nuts.